Hi, welcome back. My name is Robert Caddick, and I'm the CEO of a company called The Power of Success. And on this channel, we have other channels that we talk about success and on, but on this channel, we just want to vent on this channel. We just want to talk about daily things that are happening and how the downfall of society and how hard it is to achieve success in this world. So we're talking about taxes. We're talking about how the food, this is how their agenda 21, in let's see, was in the 90s. I think it was on 92 where they came out with the United Nations Agenda 21, and you've seen the Agenda 21 come into action through the pandemic, where they're just used the pandemic to totally control society. They put fear and worry into people, and that's how they control you. You know, this Our governments are not there to help you. They don't care about you. They're not there to use your taxes to help you achieve anything. Yes, they give money to organizations that fight poverty and poor, but they're not accomplishing anything. There's charities out there that they use 98% for mental for their this office supplies, for their uh, um, payrolls. They use like 2% of the money they get in to help people, and they're not really solving any problems. They're just sustaining the problem of poverty. The old saying was, if you give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. But if you give him a fishing pole, he'll eat for a lifetime. But they won't give you that fishing pole. They will only give you the fish because they want you coming back to them. That's how they control you. They want you. That's why they create a welfare state. And through that welfare state, they have the people under control. They only give the people just enough to get by. And a lot of times it's not enough to get by. By the time they pay rent and all that, they don't really have enough to eat properly. And that's what they want too. Because if a lot of people that can't afford to eat, they're not going to eat healthy foods. Then they get sick. Then they're dependent on the health the health industry. See? It's all about control, controlling you. Inflation. They create inflation. How they create inflation? They just flood the market with money, but not to you, to organizations, to banks, and it creates inflation. And this hurts you because now your paycheck doesn't go as far. Now, most of your paycheck has to go for more expensive gas, more expensive food. Then they raise interest rates. And if your mortgage is coming due on the time that they're raising the interest rates, now you're paying more for your mortgage. Now they come up with this lie about changing gas from winter to summer, and that the summer gas is more expensive than winter gas. Well, how can that be? In the winter gas, they have to add additives to the gas so that it doesn't freeze. In the summertime, they just can give us plain gas. But they lie to you. They use the medias to lie to you. And people believe what they say because people don't have the knowledge of things that are going on. People don't pay attention. Like, we live in the greatest time in all the universe, in all history. for knowledge. You just Google anything you want to Google. Go on YouTube and find out anything you want to find out. But as my daughter coined a phrase in the 90s, that our system dumbifies us. It fills our minds with so much useless information. You know, you go on YouTube or TikTok or Facebook and that, and look at the guys or the sites that are getting the most subscriptions. And these people are doing stupid things. People love to watch stupid things. People love to watch two guys box it out in a boxing ring and kill each other. You know, it's like the old days, in the Roman days, where they used to have the Spartans. They used to have people, the gladiators, come in and fight, and people would just go crazy. You know, it's like people watching the Indian 500. All the car go, it just goes around in circle, circle. They're not there to watch the car go around circle and circle and circle. They're waiting for that big accident. That's what they're waiting for, you know? We have a system now that's where they're calling that they want to create affordable housing. Well, the only reason why the housing industry is so expensive today is because they allow. So one reason why that makes houses more expensive is real estate agents. You'll go to, say, a condo block. They'll go in there and buy 10 or 15 condos, 20 condos. They get a group and then they buy it at the low price and they wait till the condo's finished. Then they start selling those condos for more expensive, more money. They do that with the housing industry. They'll just driving things up. Or let's say lumber to build houses. You know, they could, there's a program in the Agenda 21 where they're burning down the forests. You've heard for the last few years. You think that there's been forest fires forever. You think they would know how to fight a forest fire, but since Agenda 21 kicked in 2020, these forest fires are unfightable. They're uncontrolled. And they're doing it on purpose. Because there's a solution to forest fires is you allow people to go in there and cut out, um, say 3 or 4 football fields in an area that separates all these trees. Now, one thing, it helps the lumber industry. It'll give us cheaper lumber. And second, it keeps the fire under control where it only burns in a certain area if it's a real fire. It won't affect other areas. And as they move on to another area, the area that they cut out, they can replant trees again. Like there's billions of trees out there. So a lot of people argue, well, it takes so many years to grow a tree. Well, by the time they get to the last trees, the forest behind them will already be grown in. It would take years. But isn't it better than cutting it down than letting it burn? Like how many cities you go into California? How many cities were burned because of these forest fires? How many houses were lost? How many families lost members? There's ways to just like remember the housing crisis, the banking crisis that happened in 2008 that was created by the banks. Almost they say the collapse of the banking industry. Then the government, it was just a way to laundry money to their what would they call them? The constituents that provide money for them. What are they called in the U.S.? I'm sorry, the words lost me for a second, but we're lobbyists. They're just giving money to lobbyists, and the lobbyists funnel that money back to them. Then they pocket the money. They're stealing your taxes right in front of your face without using different terms. So it's like all these banks in 2008 that they give billions of dollars to keep them afloat, but the banks paid their CEOs billions of dollars in bonuses, millions of dollars in bonuses. And how about the people that lost their houses? You know, why didn't the government say, okay, we got to help the bank, but let's help the people too? We will create a system where each person that's about to lose their house will get a ticket for whatever the house is worth. Say it's worth 50,000, 100,000. In the States, it wasn't expensive. So say the house was worth 100,000. They give them a ticket for 100,000. They take that ticket to the bank. The bank takes that ticket, gives it to the government. The government gives the bank the $100,000. Now the bank is secured. Now the people are secured. They got their house. But no, because they don't care about you. They don't want you to own houses. They want you in poverty, in debt. So what they did was they gave the money to the government, to the banks, but the banks still stole your house because you couldn't pay for it. So you had to drop the keys off at the bank, and the banks took your house. Then the banks resold your house. So they even made more money. So it's a system that is corrupt. The system doesn't work for the ordinary taxpayer. The system is there to control you, to make you always pay your taxes. It's about control. They don't care about money. They got millions of dollars. They got trillions of dollars. They don't care about money. They care about controlling you, having power over you. That's what they care about. They manipulate you. They destroy you. Look at the Western powers now. United States is collapsing. You know, once the BRICS are Russia, India, South Africa, Brazil, I think it's Nigeria, like China. Yeah. And the BRICS are expanding. And the BRICS are starting to use their own currency. They're not using the American currency. So America, one day, the American dollar is not going to be the number one dollar that controls society. And that when that happens, America's collapsed now. But once that money is not the dominant force of the world, America will collapse, and there will be no more America. And that's what they want. They want America to collapse. They want the Western powers to collapse so they can have total control. The elite that control, there's only 1% of them, but they control 98% of the money. So, how do you fight this? You fight it by getting your community together. Find financial opportunities that will help you to keep you out of debt. See, if you're out of debt, they can't control you. If you learn, you get knowledge, you get wisdom, then they can't control your mind because now you know the difference. You know what's going on. You know the agenda. Then you can fight it. You don't have to fight it on the streets, fighting the police or fighting the government. That you fight it by bettering your life and your family's life, being prepared, getting the food, getting the finances you need to keep you from never have to depend on another person or government agency. See, They control these um, poverty sites like Regent Park. We have a few probably slums all over. That's all they are, slums, welfare slums. And they fill it with crime, drugs. There's nothing but crime in these places, and they don't care. Just like the jails, the people that go to jail, instead of rehabilitating them, they allow drugs and everything in there so that they'll never change. So when they do come out of jail, they'll still be criminals again. They'll never change their ways because they're not being taught a different way or a different opportunity. Our school system is today is the worst time ever to be a child in school today, and the corrupt and garbage that they're teaching our children. You know, all they want to do is to create welfare babies. And that's all the school system is there. To create a system of people to fail, never achieving victory. They don't teach you life lessons in school. They fill your mind with garbage that you'll never use in your lifetime. See, when you leave school and you're out into the world, now you have to learn how to live in the world. You're starting from day one because the school didn't the school didn't teach you about finances. Now that's why so many people are in debt. 80% of people have debt. They don't teach you how to properly budget your finances. And your parents can't teach you because they were taught the same system you're being taught today. So this snowballs, and you create a system of slave labor, 9 to 5 workers, just making enough to pay the bills. That's all it's doing for you. So you have to look into, especially in taxes, if you have a financial opportunity on the side, you can save a lot on your taxes that you make on your 9 to 5 job. So these are things you got to think about, opportunities that can change your life, make your life better, make your family's life better. And if you don't stand up, other people won't. You'll just continue on the rat wheel, the hamster wheel they call it. Just going round and round. You wake up in the morning, go to work, you come home, eat your meals, watch a little TV, go to bed, wake up in the morning again. Just continue doing the same thing until you retire and you die. Never achieving anything in your life. Never enjoying life because you never had the money to be able to do it. And most of your life, if especially with being married, there's so much in marriage, so many people fight over income or finances. So many divorces happen over finances. So you got to step up. If you're hearing this video, you got to step up. Look for something. Try something. It doesn't hurt to try. And you got to do all you can to get out of debt. You know, start living below your means. So if you're making $1,000, live below the $1,000. Live like if you're making $900. Then use that extra $100 to start paying off the lowest bill you have. Then from that lowest bill, when that's paid off, you can take that money to start fighting your another bill. So there's ways to succeed, but you have to be willing to want to do it. Nobody can tell you. I can't tell you you have to do it. I can only explain to you why you should be able to do it and ways that you can do it to accomplish success. Get out of this rat race. Don't let the government destroy your life or your family's life. Learn, get knowledge. Knowledge will set you free from the chains of the government. The government doesn't care about you. You notice there's always the same people in the government because they're controlled and they keep the ones that are easily controlled together. So just like you're controlled by the government is controlled by an elite system. But the system doesn't care about you. So thank you for being here today. I hope this video will wake you up, you know, to just sit back and think about what the words that we're talking about, the things that we talked about today. You know, remember, you could always change your life. You don't have to live, you don't have to conform to your physical reality. The way, whatever your life is like now, you don't have to stay there. You don't have to be there always. You can change. Many people have come from poverty and became millionaires. If you believe you can do it and find an opportunity, you can achieve it. Well, thanks for being here. And I know it's been a few months since I did a video, and so I'll continue trying to get videos out weekly and maybe daily, and just to try to spread some positive words to you and create a positive attitude in your life to help you achieve your goals, to help you achieve. Everybody has a vision on what their life they would like their life to be. Let us help you achieve that. Where our website is thepowerofsuccess.ca. So, and our phone number is 416-727-6557. And you can always leave a comment and we'll answer your comment. And like, I know our videos right now it seems like it's um, in the 90s or whatever, right? But, but we have to learn something that we're doing this to show you that we're going to go step by step to create better videos, to learn how to use YouTube in a better way. But we're showing you this to show you that you don't wait to start something. You don't need to have all the knowledge, all the wisdom, the finances. Just start it. And eventually the finances will come and the knowledge will come, the wisdom will come, and then you'll be able to do things better. Make fancier videos, you know? Right now, I'm just trying to be true to you. I'm just speaking from my heart to you and hoping that these words can help you. These videos will help you change your life. Thank you for being here. And I wish you all the success in all areas of your life, not just finances. You got to have a great relationship with your spouse, your family, your children, your workers at work, your bosses. If you have a great relationship with your bosses, you'll get promoted. You're not kissing up to. You don't kiss up to them, but you can be friendly to them, and you can do better work at work where they'll notice it. The harder you work, they'll notice it. And you'll get those promotions, those raises. You can go in there and ask for a raise and they realize that you're an important part of their their business, that they don't want you to leave, they'll give you that extra money if you're useful to their company, if you're an important part of their company. Thank you for being here, and go out there. Don't let don't let this world destroy you. Fight this world.